Hello and welcome to the Intermission podcast. I'm Fabian. That's Isaiah. We're a Dallas Sports podcast. Um, and pretty good week for most of our teams. But obviously yesterday, pretty devastating loss for the Cowboys. But we'll get to that. Right now, Isaiah is really excited to finally have something good to say about the Mavericks this season. So.
Yeah. I am not a depressed Maverick fan anymore. The Mavericks played 4 games last week. They won 3 in a row. And it all started last week on Friday against the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
They lost against the Lakers, though.
Yeah.
But what do you expect? It's Luka going against the Mavericks, and Luka's desperately showing, or not desperately, but showing the Mavericks who they gave up on.
What?
No, yeah. I was just gonna say it was a bad loss, but I don't think it was. Actually, the Mavericks I think led a little bit in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Mavericks kept it really close against the Lakers, kept it real competitive, and that's what I like seeing from the Mavericks. Cooper Flag had an okay game.
Mm-hmm.
So did Max Christie and Ryan Nemhard, who's been showing out this week. Anthony Davis came back for the first time since his injury. Anthony Davis had an okay game, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Yeah, I mean, solid game against the Mavericks. Only lost by 10 points, so that's really not that bad, I don't think.
No. And like you said, I mean, we led, I think, after the first half. We led by 2.
Yeah, and toward the end of the game, it was like Mavericks down by 4 points, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah. But we can actually start getting into the games that the Mavericks have actually started winning. Starting with the Clippers the day after the Lakers game. The Mavericks won 114 to 110.
Mm-hmm.
A little before this game, though, PJ Washington was ruled out because of an ankle sprain or ankle injury. It was shown that I think PJ Washington was in warm-ups gonna do a layup, and then he came down and landed on a basketball.
Yeah, rolled his ankle.
Ankle pretty bad. That's a tough loss.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. After losing PJ Washington, I was like, dang, they might not be able to keep it close this game. But they did, and they won by 4. And Cooper Flag had his best game as a Maverick, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Scoring his new career high, 35 points. And that makes Cooper Flag the youngest player in NBA history to record 35 points.
Yep. And then in this game, obviously, Clay also stepped up off the bench, had 23 points, 3 rebounds, and off of like good shooting percentage too. So
yes, Klay Thompson has been doing really good this week, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he can keep that up, because you know my feelings about Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
But this is a really good game. Outside of Cooper Flag playing really well, Najee Marshall continues to be playing amazing, I think. And Max Christie did not play a good game.
No, I don't. He hasn't really had a complete game as a starter yet, like in terms of quality play.
Yeah.
He's had some good games off the bench, but his game starting hasn't been great so far, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, neither has Clay too when he was a starter. But when he got moved to the bench, I feel like he stepped up his game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, but some of his stuff is like starting numbers that he's putting up. But I feel like the bench, coming off the bench, made him what made him get to that faster or something. instead of trying to warm up as a starter. I would say maybe. But that was a really good win.
It was
a real nail-biting win, actually. And then on Monday, the Mavericks played the Denver Nuggets and actually won 131 to 121.
Mm-hmm.
This game, I thought for sure the Mavericks were going to get blown out by a lot, especially with how the game started. And again, Cooper Flag had an amazing game, but this is the Ryan Nembhard game because Ryan Nembhard did really good. He exploded.
Absolutely. 28 points for 28 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds, no turnovers. Yeah, it's pretty good. And again, pretty efficient shooting too. It's not like he had a million shots. Kind of like, Anthony Davis had 32 points as well, but much less efficient.
Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Not saying Anthony Davis played bad at all. No sense of the word, but he went 13 for 23, and Ryan Nembhard went 12 for 14, just a lot more efficient.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of expected from Anthony Davis coming off an injury.
Yeah,
and I think really good second game coming back from injury from Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I think
scoring
so.
32 points.
I especially like to see the 13 rebounds.
Yeah, picking up where he left off, picking up those double doubles. I believe this game Cooper Flag had a slow start, and ended up picking it up in the second half of the game.
Yeah,
which is kind of like the whole Mavericks as a whole, what they're good at.
Yeah.
But I think this is starting to see how good of a pickup Ryan Nembhard and Miles Kelly are. Even though Miles Kelly hasn't really played that much.
He hasn't.
But Moussa Cisse has been a really good pickup too.
Yes. When he's played, he's done well. But Nembhard's showing out and being for the past 3-4 games, has looked like a genuine starter.
Yeah.
And
that's what I like. That's what I like seeing too. Sorry, I like seeing the growth that Ryan Nembhard has went through after starting these last few games.
Do you want to talk about the Heat game?
Yeah, I believe that's all I have to say for the Nuggets. Or no, yeah. They won a pretty good game against the Nuggets. They were down by, 20-something points at one point?
Yes, we were down pretty big in the first half for a little bit.
What a way to bring the game back and end up winning by 10.
Yeah.
And then they ended the week on a win against the Miami Heat, winning 118 to 108. Another 10-point win. This game was actually more back and forth than the other games.
Yeah.
I believe the starters had a pretty well game.
Well, I think this was a good team win. We had 7 players that had 10 or more points, which I always like to see. Contributions from a lot of players like that.
Yeah, I like that when all the teammates are starting to click and end up contributing to all the points. Anthony Davis had another double-double with 17 points and 17 rebounds. Daniel Gafford also got hurt this game.
He did?
Yes, he got hurt.
Yes, he did.
With another was it ankle or calf injury? I didn't really see what the injury was. He just sort of went up for a rebound with 2 other Heat players, and when he landed, I guess it
ankle strained.
Okay, so it re-aggravated his ankle.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a good sign.
Nope.
Dwight Powell had to come in. And Dwight Powell, even though I don't really like Dwight Powell, he's actually been playing some decent basketball. And that's really good to see, especially with how long he's been on the Mavericks. Ryan Nemb
also had another double-double.
Yep.
15 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, only 1 turnover. Pretty good.
Did we say that already?
What?
That Ryan Nemb was...
No.
Oh.
The second rookie ever to have 20 points and plus assists with 0 turnovers since 1959 or whatever it was.
Yeah, the first rookie or first undrafted rookie in the modern day draft era to record 25 plus points, 10 plus assists on 0 turnovers. The first since Stephon Marbury in 1996.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned Cooper Flagg's youngest 35-point game, but Cooper Flag was also named the Rookie of the Month for November and October.
Yep.
That's a really good sign. I like seeing how Cooper Flag is getting more comfortable and getting more aggressive, especially like how he did against the Clippers.
Yeah.
I like how aggressive he was playing. And Ryan Nemb too. Even though he didn't score that many points during the Heat game, the points that he did score came at crucial times and to help build their lead, which I thought the Mavericks weren't that good at once they got the lead.
Yeah, you're just starting to see more cohesion from the team, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Despite, the lineup shifting a little bit. Last couple games it's been consistent, and I mean it's been working well. So hopefully see more of that.
Yeah, I also want to say this week looked like they played way better basketball than they have the previous games. They still had their moments where they'd be running around. It looked like they didn't really know what play they were doing.
Yeah.
But especially toward the end of these games, they played much better basketball. They're doing way better at protecting the ball. And I believe they're shooting better from the free throw line and 3-point line.
Yeah, our free throw this last week was better than it's been for most of the season. A lot better than it's been for most of the season.
That's a really good sign.
I was just about to bring that up because we had been really losing the free throw battle, and this last week, even though in most of the games we still made less free throws and shot a little bit less free throws than the other team, much smaller margin. So definitely an improvement in that area. That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah. I did like how in the Heat game, Tyler Hero went off for 20 points in the first half. And in the second half, they held Tyler Hero to like 10 points, I think.
Ignore that. I sneezed.
10, 12 points. I know Tyler Hero scored 0 points in the third quarter.
Right. I mean, if he scored 20 points in the first half, then he didn't score any more points for the rest of the game because it says he only scored 20 points.
That's really good then. Tyler Hero only had 20 points, and it was only in the first half. And I believe that the Mavericks defense was like top 5, right? Going against the Heat's top 2 offense.
I'm not sure, and I'm not sure where.
Unless that was just a completely true stat.
I know that we're top 6 in blocks, which is a good indicator, but and when I say top 6, I mean 6th best. But let's see here. I mean, we're 3rd best actually in blocks. But in terms of like turnovers and stuff, we're not anything crazy. Yeah, 3rd best in blocks is still good.
I mean, either they were top 5 in defense or not. It actually looked like it this week.
Yeah.
Their defense has actually started to be more of a presence. Nobody's really that much actually gone for an easy layup.
Yeah.
A handful of times maybe during the game, but not all the time. And that's what made watching the Mavericks so disappointing early on, was seeing how easily the other team could score.
Yeah.
But instead of being excited right now, we should probably bring it back down, because as good as Ryan Nemb is, he is only on a 2-way contract.
Yeah.
And he only has about 34 or 35 games left out of the 50 games he can play. And
unless I'm mistaken, the Mavs don't have that much salary cap to work with to maybe sign him long term.
Yeah, I don't.
But let me double check that.
While you check that, Musa Cisse is also on a 2-way contract.
Yeah.
And he has about 34 games left to play in the NBA.
Yeah, and the Mavs have about 1.2 million until they hit the second apron. So we really don't have any money.
Yeah, no, they don't.
I don't know. Maybe you can give him a 1 year, $1 million contract. I don't even how much do you play 2-way contracts?
I don't even know actually. They could get rid of Dante Exum, but Exum, I don't know about Exum's contract.
Right. Yeah, I mean our cheapest contract is $2.25 million right now. So we have Musa Cisse, Miles Kelly, and Ryan Nemhard on 2-way contracts that don't affect the cap at all. Dead money from Omax and JaVale McGee.
Honestly, I think maybe in the near future, Jaden Hardy might be out of the Mavericks. He hasn't really been in the rotation like that.
He hasn't done anything this season, actually. He hasn't even been injured or anything, has he?
No, he just hasn't. Just games that he hasn't played, falling out the rotation.
Trade him for cash considerations. Is that a thing in the NBA? No, that's a thing in the NHL and MLB.
It's actually something we should look into.
I don't know how cash considerations works, though.
I don't know.
It's a thing.
I thought it was just like you trade the player that making a decent amount to another team, but even then, they still get paid from that team.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like that's another conversation for deeper in the season.
Yeah. We're a little closer to that 30 game.
Yeah.
40 game cap.
But
I mean, it's something you have to think about now, because last season, I mean, with Brandon Williams and the other guy,
Walker Kessler
Edwards.
Yeah, Kessler Edwards.
With Brandon Williams and Kessler Edwards, I mean, they became a consistent part of our lineup, and then we were just like, what do we do?
Yeah.
And then we had so many injured big men. Kai Jones was also there. We're just like, what do we do? So it is something you got to worry about. Make sure you don't caught off guard completely.
Yeah. That's what, after knowing how many games Ryan Nemhard and Musa Cisse have, it kind of sucks knowing that they already had to play a handful of games in the beginning of the season. Yeah. Because Brandon Williams and Kessler Edwards, didn't really play that much games until later on in the season.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna play Ryan Nemhard and Musa Cisse in the future. Maybe keep him for the games that they really need him, or they just let him play out these games
and plan on making them long-term contracts somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, if Ryan Nemhard keeps this up, he definitely deserves that long term.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, I mean, it's because, I mean, last year we had a bunch of injuries, but those injuries just carried to the start of this year. So.
Already not a good sign though that our players are coming back and getting injured again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Also, one more thing. Sorry, Anthony Davis. His fingers are starting to hurt now because
Arthritis?
I think it was during the Nuggets game. Somebody threw him an alley oop, and they said Anthony Davis went up like that, and his fingers were in between the rim and the ball. So when the ball hit his hand, it like smashed his finger. I think that definitely had a impact on his shots because this Heat game, he was shooting almost like a handful of air balls, and they weren't good looking.
Right.
I mean, air balls aren't good looking at all, but you could just tell after he was shooting, the ball would leave his hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it wasn't hitting rim.
Right.
It was disgusting.
Disgusting.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, something to look out for. Anthony Davis's fingers hurt. I guess I'll mention it real quick. Let's enjoy the Mavericks being good for this little time that we have right now. Because tonight, the Mavericks play the Oklahoma City Thunder. And
Gonna win by 30 points.
I hope they make it tough for the Thunder.
Yeah.
Especially how suffocating the Thunder's defense is.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a tough game. And then back to back Saturday, the Mavericks play the Houston Rockets. Yeah. Thunder are 21-1.
Yeah.
The Mavericks play the Houston Rockets on Saturday after playing the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it for next week. They only play 2 games, which is kind of weird to me. I thought they would play at least one more game this week, but let's enjoy the Mavericks winning 3 in a row so far.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy that this podcast didn't start out depressing like the other 2.
Yeah. One thing that I did want to say, it's clear now, and we thought it was at the time anyhow, but it's definitely clear now. Cooper Flagg should have never started playing at point guard.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big mistake from Jason Kidd. We said that at the time. Thought it was weird. Obviously, we hoped to work out. It didn't really. So I'm definitely glad now that he's more power forward, somewhere he's more comfortable. And obviously now we have Ryan Hard stepping up, being a good point guard, and having a more consistent point guard play. So
yeah. I'm glad Cooper found his spot.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, obviously it was a spot that he played in college.
Yeah.
And I even said if they wanted to put him as point guard, why put him in right away instead of playing a handful of games? Just get a feel of it first.
Yeah.
Or a feel of NBA games, I should say. But yeah, I'm glad they switched it early now. Even though I'd say if he never started point guard, they would maybe have a better start than what they have right now.
Yeah, I think.
But it's good. It's good that he moved them as early as he did.
It's good that we corrected it, But yeah.
I believe that's all I have for the Mavericks and their amazing week of basketball.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to add. So let's move on to the team they're in a heated lawsuit with.
Yeah.
No new updates on that, by the way.
Oh.
No major updates.
The Stars.
Yeah, I mean, we continue to have a good season. I mean, the Stars are rolling right now. Couple injuries that don't feel good, but consistently getting points. This week we had ourselves, 3 wins and one overtime loss, getting points in multiple games. We've now gotten points in 8 straight games. That's pretty good. We played freaking like 6 games in 9 days and got points in all of them. That's pretty good. But definitely, again, that super often play affecting the team. Sagan tears his ACL. He's out for the season. Which just adds to our laundry list of injuries. So it's definitely the conversation that the Stars are having right now is just the injury discussion, because we have so many starters, so many consistent like pieces that actually make a difference on the injury reserve. Tyler Sagan, again, obviously ACL tear. Lean Bishel's out for extended period of time. Thomas Harley out for extended period of time. Adam Ierne, he's a rookie. Or maybe not a rookie, but no, not a rookie at all. I don't know why I called him a rookie. But Adam Ierne out for extended period of time. Duchene's been out for a long time now, and he will be for a significant amount of time. Niels Lundqvist as well. And with our defensemen especially, we've had our good young guys from the AHL step up, and they've really fit into that spot, and it's helped because 2 strongest, most consistent pieces, Haskin and Lindell, haven't gotten injured. They've been there, been strong, been able to sort of lead that group. But like I said, Kalikanok, his name's hard to say. Vladislav, Capobianco, they've stepped up and they've done well. But I think this Tyler Sagan injury is probably the biggest injury of the season so far. I'd say definitely. I mean, he's been our 4th best offensive player. Just a veteran presence on the line with all these young guys. He had 7 goals, 10 assists, I think. Yeah, 7 goals, 10 assists. Just he's been a significant piece of the offense, and so this loss is going to be a lot harder to replace, I think. Sagan's just always a consistent piece of the offense. And maybe that Ben's back now, sort of that veteran presence. Hopefully won't feel that loss as much, but definitely going to be a difficult struggle, and I don't really know who we're going to call up to fill that hole as of this moment. But either way, we're still firing on all cylinders on offense, so hopefully that keeps up and the line change doesn't affect that line too much. But yeah, still playing great hockey. Again, we had this last week we had 4-3 win over Utah, 6-1 win over Ottawa, where Johnny had a hat trick. Lost to the Rangers 2-3 in overtime, and then shut out the New Jersey Devils 3-0. A goal from Robertson, a goal from Rantanen, and a goal from Heiskanen. I believe those are the people. Yep, I'm right. And Otter had a great game. 30 shots against, 30 shots saved. Otter's form is improving bit by bit from what was already pretty decent to now he's back to Otter form, I would say. This game proved that because they had some quality shots. He had some even better saves. So it's good to see Otter getting back on it. Got himself a shutout. Has officially beat all 31 NHL teams he's faced, and that it will never be 32. Hopefully. But yeah, like I said, Jason Robertson's continuing to fire on all cylinders. Now has 18 goals. Obviously, last week it was the end of his 7-game goal streak, which was a franchise record. This week, with these wins and these points that we got in this week, we beat a franchise record again for most consecutive road games with a point. So even though we didn't win every game, got at least a point with those overtime losses. So it's just looking good and it's feeling good, but it's really scary because the depth chart is getting the injury list is getting longer, and our AHL depth chart is getting smaller. So, um, it's a sort of the same thing we've had in years past,
Yeah.
where it's like, I mean, we've had the capital call people up and they've played well, but I mean, a lot of people we called up last year to replace injured players are starters this year, like Vishal, Petrovic. They are stars now. So we're calling up the people that were behind them. And I mean, it's great because we've been so good at drafting and signing undrafted free agents that we've had that depth there. And so far, it's seen that we have it this year as well. But I mean, it's scary to rely on that stuff. And obviously, they're not, while they can play well and be significant, usually they're not going to be the same as starters. So either way, the team deteriorates a little bit in quality every time someone gets injured. But hopefully, whoever comes in to replace Sagan can fit into the offense well. But I really don't know who that's going to be right now.
Yeah. That feels like it's a really good sign from the Stars too. How well they're able to develop these players and they come up after these injuries.
Yeah. And now our assistant coach was our previous AHL head coach, so he's really good at working with young players. So that is something that is beneficial right now too, with the injuries and having to call up so many young players. We have a coach that's used to, one that coached a lot of them last year, but also is just used to working with younger players. So yeah.
Yeah. The Mavericks passed the injury bug to the Stars.
Don't say that. In other news, the Avalanche finally lost. However, their point streak continues. No, never mind. They lost to the Islanders. But the Avalanche finally lost, so that's cool. They had won like so many in a row. But yeah, so now we're let's see how many points back are we? We're 3 points behind the Avalanche now, so we've already made up a decent amount of distance there, and yeah, feels good. We are us two. Sorry, excuse me.
You're excused.
Thank you. That was a big sneeze. That's not what you say when you sneeze. But us and the Avalanche right now are sort of, a decent way ahead of almost everyone else in the league. At least 6 points ahead, 5 points ahead. So, right now it's feeling good. We just got to keep playing our style of hockey, and I mean we've been doing that well. Again, power play has been insanely well. Johnson, Robertson, Rantanen are all in the top 3 for power play points. Johnston and Robertson are tied top 1. And obviously Johnny's been insane on power play all year. And Robertson, this last month and a half, has just taken off. So yeah, our offense just continues to roll. Our defense, even with the injuries, has been pretty good. Our penalty kill has gotten a lot better. Our goalies are stepping up a bit more than they were at the start of the season when we were struggling with a bad defense for a little bit. So yeah, we're there now. We're getting there. I mean, we're there now. We're playing hockey, but again, just gotta hope we can stay away from any more major injuries. Because losing Sagan for the season is a huge hit. He's a big, consistent presence in the offense, and just a big, important veteran presence for the team. So we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully the players that are replacing the injured players can pick up the slack a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stars have been doing good so far, and hopefully they can continue that.
Yes, sir. Am I forgetting anything?
Did you mention the player with the 1,200 career games?
Jamie Benn reaches his 1,200 career games. One of only 28 players to reach that mark, all with one team. Because Dallas Stars for life. Love the captain. Jamie Benn's the best. Yeah. Amazing and beautiful. I love that man.
This
Mm-hmm.
goes to show how good of a team the Dallas Stars is. Players just want to stay with the Stars.
Yeah. Sagan and Ben have been here for a while already. Actually, hopefully, Johnston, Robertson. I mean, they have some longer contracts now, but hopefully they stick around for their careers as well. Feels good. Feels good. We're a good team right now. I mean, let's just keep being a good team. I mean, we know what team we are. We know how good we can be, and yeah, feels good right now. Coming up this week, I guess. Let me do that. This week we got teams that play hockey. Believe it or not,
They play the Sharks today, right?
we play the Sharks, who have been on a little bit of a streak. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I am, because it looks like they lost their last game 7-1. Well, I guess what I should be saying is they've been streaky. They've won some games by a lot and lost some games by a lot. So we'll see what they do. They've beat some good teams this year, but they've also gotten blown out by not great teams. So they're a confusing team, but they got a lot of young talent. Freaking Macklin Celebrini, great young player, leads them in every stat. Got 14 goals, 26 assists. So he's a good player. So we'll see what he does, but I expect us to win this game, especially since it's here at home. They play Pittsburgh on Sunday, also here at home. They've been playing decent. Same threats as always. Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. So we'll see what happens there. They have a pretty good defense this year, and have a really good power play. And penalty kill. So gotta watch out on the special teams there. But if we're able to execute in full strength play, we should be able to win there. Winnipeg is always a tough matchup, but we should be good. Their goalie is injured, so that's a significant thing. So I expect to win this game as well. This one's in Winnipeg though, but we've actually played pretty well there historically. So, and then Minnesota. Minnesota's always a tough game, but they've been pretty good this year. Actually, I don't know who I was thinking of. So Minnesota's always a tough game. It's a tough environment to play in. I don't like Minnesota Wild fans. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But some good games coming up. Honestly, I think all these games will be very entertaining to watch. But I think our goalies will lock them down a little bit. I think the Pittsburgh game again. Honestly, the Pittsburgh game, if we let up too many penalties, and we don't execute on whatever penalties we get, I think that's going to be the most dangerous game this week. But we'll see. It's gonna be fun week of hockey. Guys, watch some hockey, okay? It's a real fun year. This is gonna be a really fun week. We're a really fun team. You see Wyatt Johnston? Did you see the goals that Mikko Rantanen has been making, and the freaking passes these guys have been making to each other? Okay, Rupe Hintz. Ever heard of him?
No.
Yeah, I haven't said his name that much, honestly. Even though, again, he's like fourth or fifth best offensive player, also. So Rupe Hintz has also been having a really. It's the same thing. He's just super consistent. He's always been more of a facilitator. Feels good. I like it's good right now. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the sad team then. The Dallas Cowboys drop one in Detroit. end up losing 44-30, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. 44-30.
44-30. In Detroit, to Detroit, dropping to 6-6-1, and significantly damaging our ability to make the playoffs. Tell me about it.
Well, the Cowboys really needed this win to keep their playoff hopes alive. I believe it was, if they won, they have like a 30-something% chance. But with the loss, it was
42.
like 40-something.
Yeah.
But with the loss, it like jumped all the way down to like 9.
Yeah.
So this is definitely not a good start or a good result.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, honestly, this game, officiating wise, was pretty weird.
Yes, it was.
Pretty iffy calls for both teams. Actually, I think. I think Cowboys fans got away with. I mean, the Cowboys got away with some stuff. And the Lions got bailed out too on some plays, I think. Like, I honestly, like, even though we're going for the Cowboys, I honestly thought they had a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah.
But
I thought they had a safety, bro. That was a safety.
yeah,
That was a safety.
Yeah, the Lions.
They got cheated.
I mean, I actually thought that was a safety too.
Yeah, but like you said, there was also. Sorry if you heard something there. That was my cat dying. I don't have a cat, so I'm not. Shut up. What was my train of thought? But like you said, there's some bad calls for both teams, so it's one of those things where it felt like it kind of evened out the bad calls. Yeah. So,
and even with those bad calls, I feel like the Cowboys kind of beat themselves in a way.
Yeah,
it didn't really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to me, it didn't really feel like the Cowboys were like, at least like, ready for the start of the game or something.
Yeah, they just weren't. They didn't have like that energy about them in the first half. Definitely.
Yeah.
Just a little lackluster. Sorry if there's some noise in the background.
His cat's jumping off the stairs.
My cat's just jumping up and down the stairs. Exactly. What was I gonna say?
The Cowboys' energy in the first half.
Yeah, Cowboys' energy in the first half just wasn't it, especially on offense. I mean, I think a lot of people were blaming our defense, and I mean, it's easy to do when there's 44 points, but there were 2 turnovers on our side of the field that led to 2 touchdowns. So I really feel like 14 of those points are on the offense, and it's 30 points on the defense, which still isn't good, but it's better than what it was. But yeah, the offense's energy, especially in the first half, just wasn't great. We just couldn't finish a drive, and then obviously I think that Jake Ferguson fumble was just pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then obviously the first Prescott pick. Well, really neither of them were his fault, but it was just they felt like they didn't need to happen.
Yeah. It sucks too, because you would think the Cowboys would come out with like some intensity after knowing that they need this win for a better playoff chance.
I mean, I think I liked us in the second half a lot. And you could tell Scheidenheimer was kind of getting in his bag. We were doing a lot of motion. Again, one thing I want to point out, and I don't know how much of an effect I actually had on the game, but watching it, it felt like I felt goofy to me. We were doing a non-verbal snap count. We had where the right guard would look back at Dak, and Dak would give the signal. The right guard would look forward, and then after a couple seconds, he'd stick out his hand for the center to snap the ball. That was just weird. I don't know why we did that. It never worked. They did a hard fake count with it 2 times, and the Lions didn't even flinch. So I really don't know why we did that sort of silent snap count, nonverbal snap count. And to me, it kind of felt like it was easier for the Lions to not jump and easier for them to know when the ball was coming out. So really, I don't like that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and it didn't have any effect on the game. Obviously, I wasn't there on the field, but to me, it felt like like they were getting better jumps than most defensive lines because of that weird nonverbal snap count we were doing.
Yeah.
It was like a distraction for the right guard, center, and then we had a not starting left tackle, and it was just like, what is this? It's weird. Just do verbal. Just say here we go and snap the ball. So yeah, I really didn't like that, but again, I don't even know how much of an effect it actually had on the game. Yeah.
What was it? It was still first half, right? When they threw a deep ball to Pickens, and Pickens drew a pass interference call, and then that got offsetted with
The Ferguson hands to the face? No, that was the second half.
That was the second
that
half?
was the fourth quarter already. Yeah,
Deron Bland got his ankle snatched.
he did. Secondary, I mean, yeah, we just couldn't keep up. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I was like, well, he's playing, but maybe he won't be 100%. He made our guys look silly.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about Amon-Ra all week.
Yeah.
Until like a few hours before the game. I was feeling good about this game. I was like, all right, Cowboys could actually make this a pretty interesting game. And then I see Amon-Ra's good to go, and I was like, uh-oh.
I think not having Clowney also wasn't great this season, but yeah, I think our major injuries were Clowney and Guyton. Just
I mean, they still made it a game.
Yeah.
They made it
I think we could have won this game though, dude. I think so.
Yeah, they definitely could have.
Because there were times where it looked like we were getting to Goff a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was panicking a little bit, it seemed.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were getting to Dak. He was panicking.
Mm-hmm.
He made some bad plays. I think the one that sticks out to me is after that deep ball to, I don't know if it was Flournoy or Lamb, but after that deep ball to one of them, just that freaking backwards pass to Ferguson. I was like, what is this guy? And it kind of felt, I mean, he had less time today, and part of that was because we were missing one of our starting linemen, and they consistently lined up Aiden Hutchinson against him, just because that's the smart thing to do. But he was holding on to the ball for a while, and I mean that's also because they have good coverage. But I mean, I feel like he was sort of crumbling under pressure a little bit in that game.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. When I saw him throw that pass, and it hit the ground, I was like, that's got to be a lateral fumble or whatever.
That was a fumble all day.
Yeah.
But like, can I say? I mean, he probably wasn't going to go anywhere. Maybe 1 yard. Yeah. But they blew the whistle and then give Ferguson the chance to run forward with it. He wasn't touched on the ground. But whatever.
CeeDee Lamb left the game with a concussion.
CeeDee Lamb left the game with a concussion. It seemed at least mildly severe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
it looked like he came
moderately
to and he was
severe. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. It looked like he came to and he was kind of upset that he wasn't able to go back in the game too.
Yeah. But definitely not. I expect he's going to be out for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is a big hit.
But it's happened before this season. Where Pickens stepped up.
Yeah. But he didn't play a great game last night.
Yeah, no. Javonte Williams rushed over for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
This season.
Know, dude. Yeah, I think it was just our secondary. Our secondary just got beat too many times.
Yeah, because the plays where they actually were covering pretty good gave our defense a chance to go at Goff.
Yeah. And then, I mean, again, our defense did make a couple of stops, but...
I mean, Cowboys are super lucky, I'm going to say again, to have Brandon Aubrey. Without Brandon Aubrey, they would have been out of the game way before, I'd say... at halftime?
Absolutely.
After halftime?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it was just our secondary. Our secondary just couldn't keep up with Jameson Williams and St. Brown. Both had 96, 92 yards respectively. Jahmyr Gibbs also had freaking almost 80 receiving yards. It's yeah. Like you said, Land was getting his ankle snatched, and Overshone was struggling making open field tackles against the receivers. Freaking Kenneth Murray was playing. That's never good.
Oh man, what was that one play that what's his name? Is it like Sanford or something like that? Where they
yeah.
I think it was a punt
Sanford.
or a kickoff where he made a really nice tackle, and then he like got up and like pushed the Lions player to the ground. I was like, oh, that's got to be a flag, and they didn't throw a flag, and I was like, oh, Lions or Cowboys might get away with that one.
Right.
That was also another thing, the missed calls too.
Yeah.
I don't really think, like, out of this game, officiating wise, I don't really think there was like a clear. Like, both teams got screwed over by the refs and the calls.
Yeah, and a couple points.
Yeah. Like, man, I honestly can't believe that wasn't a safety.
Yeah, I think the Lions just happened in closer succession, so it felt a little stronger towards the Lions, against the Lions. Didn't matter anyways. Because, I mean, right after that, one of those goofy calls, we turned the ball over.
Yeah.
So.
The defense also went back to playing a little sloppy like in the beginning.
Yeah. But again, I mean, it's not our defensive line. It was our secondary, our linebackers, and our cornerbacks. Our cornerbacks were just getting beat, bro. But I mean, when they weren't, I mean, our defense looked fine. We had moments where, you know, Goff just had to have anyone to throw to, but he was doing a good job about getting rid of it, throwing it at people's feet. So, yeah. How many sacks did Dak take in that game?
Was it like 5?
5.
It was 5?
Yeah. And I feel like he could have avoided at least 2 of them.
Yeah, if he would have threw the ball, if he would have was able to throw the ball away.
He's holding on the ball for
that's what they were praising him on too, with all that pressure, his quick release.
Yeah. Not so in this game.
Yeah.
Not so in this game.
But what? We don't really got a game for predictions, right? I mean, I guess we could.
Yeah,
or do you want to wait until next week?
We got the Vikings game. Alright, yeah, I guess that's not happening for another. I guess we can wait for next week. No predictions this week, guys. My predictions is that the Eagles lose to the Chargers this week. That's my prediction.
Yeah, honestly, that's what we can hope for.
Yeah, I guess let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What are our paths to the playoffs now? And what do you think? Do you think it's even realistic we make the playoffs? What do you think is our most realistic path to the playoffs?
I think honestly the most realistic is the Cowboys win out the rest of the season, and the Eagles self-destruct and lose the teams that they're not supposed to lose to.
Well, here's the thing. They're not supposed to. But with how the Eagles have been playing recently, it's not a surprise if they lose to the Chargers and the Bills, right?
Yeah.
And which means if we win out, we win 10 games, okay? The Eagles have 5 games remaining, obviously. So if they lose 3 of their next 5 games and we win out, we win the NFC East. So if they lose to the Chargers and the Bills, then that just means they have to drop 1 to the Vegas or Washington, either at home or in Washington. And
it's going to be really hard for that to happen.
It's going to be really hard for that to happen, but I wouldn't say impossible. They they lost to the Giants earlier this year.
Mm.
And I think the Commanders that played the Broncos last week are definitely a similar caliber to that team. So I don't think it's impossible for them to lose to the Commanders, and luckily that's the team they played twice. So if they drop one of those games to Commanders, drop the games to Chargers and Bills, and we are able to win out, our only challenging game left is the Chargers. We play the Commanders, Giants, and Vikings. So if they drop one of the games to Commanders, lose to the Chargers, Bills, it's entirely possible. And I feel like they lose to the Bills definitely, Chargers probably.
Yeah.
So, be watching those games carefully. And it technically is still possible for us to make it in if we don't win the division, but insanely difficult because we have 5 teams ahead of us. We have to win out, and someone either being the really realistically the Packers, Lions, and Panthers all really can't win more than one game for the rest of the season for us to be in it. But I mean that's also not impossible, but very unlikely.
I think with how the NFL has been this season, it's gonna be really interesting to watch this watch the season come to an end.
Yeah.
It just sucks that the Cowboys aren't gonna be in that playoff conversation, at least until we see some good signs.
Some lucky breaks. Yeah. Yeah, this loss hurt for the playoffs. I mean, I think we'd have 7 wins, 7-6-1. Yeah.
Oh, but also, if they aren't able to win a division, doesn't that
first time
doesn't
the
that industry
has a back-to-back division winners since freaking '98, I think.
And that sucks. I kind of wish that that record would go on.
Yeah, especially because the Eagles don't deserve it. I don't think they do. They haven't been a good team this year. They've gotten a couple lucky breaks. So it's unfortunate.
But you're a Cowboy fan. We're going for the Chargers on Monday.
Yeah, we're definitely, absolutely.
Well, the Chargers are a little banged up too, though, right? Justin Herbert had to have his surgery on his hand.
Did he? I didn't even know that.
Amari and Hampton might come back, or should be back this week, right?
Yeah, either this week or next week. Yeah, it says Justin Herbert out with hand. I don't like that. I didn't know that. We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah. We're rooting for the Chargers on Monday, and whoever's playing the Packers also, we're rooting for them. And also whoever's playing Carolina. Carolina's on bye week. We're rooting for
the bye week.
The Bears. We're rooting for the Bears and we're rooting for the Chargers. All right, Cowboys. Rooting for the Bears on Sunday. Rooting for the Chargers on Monday. If we want the Bears to win the NFC North at this point, because if not, then there's just too many good NFC North teams in the wild card spots. We want the Bears to win the NFC North. We want the Rams to win the NFC West. We want the Bucks to win the NFC South. And keep Carolina down, keep Packers down, keep the Lions down. And maybe we have a chance at the wild card.
Scary position to be at the end of the season.
Yes. Very, very horrible, terrible, sad. Really thought we were going to beat the Lions. Is that all we got?
think that's
Go
all I
go
have.
rewatch the first half of the video. Like we said, this was the opposite of the last 2 weeks. Okay.
Thanks to the Mavericks.
Started happy, ended sad. Go basketball.
Go Mavericks.
Go Mavericks.
Give the Thunder their second loss. That's gonna be That's tough, actually.
It is, but it might happen. You know, maybe kick a sucker punch him.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully we made you laugh at least once. I don't even know if we told any jokes today, so probably not. Sorry.
Probably just laughed because in the beginning we were like, not a depressed Maverick fan anymore.
Yeah. Like I said, if you enjoyed, like, share, subscribe, follow our socials in the description. Haven't posted there in a little bit. That's my fault. College is crazy. So blame Isaiah also, actually. And if you made it this far, comment. Drinking water.
Drinking water.
Drinking water. Thanks for watching.